Hey guys, this is Nathan, and welcome back to Forever Stranded. Hope you guys like chicken. It's still April 1st. So, hope you guys doing good today. I am doing great, as you could probably tell. So, in the last episode, we got our AE2 system finally up and running completely. We can now craft things in here. We also have a connection down to our auto sieving area, so we have access to all of our powdered and crushed ores and everything like that up here. And we have our crafting system down there, or at least a crafting terminal, that will allow us to actually just craft everything together down here. And it's just filtered by what is in our storage drawer system here. So that is really, really handy. But I don't want to have to go through here and craft all this stuff by hand. So we need to get some AE2 auto crafting. And for that, we have some quests, or at least a quest. So we have this quest here. This is the auto crafting quest. And it is, well, it's time to start getting things done automatically. So we need to make a molecular assembler. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now I have made a lot of, oh, that is not how you spell applied. So I have made a lot of the processors. We have currently 242 of the calculation processors, 345 logic processors, and 35 engineering processors. Of course, diamonds are our limiting factor on the engineering processors, but we can hold off on getting more of those until we get some more automated diamond production. So yeah, we're definitely getting some progress there, but we need the molecular assembler. I swear I can English. So let's go ahead and make this. This is a formation and annihilation core, crafting table, some quartz, glass, and iron. A very simple thing to make. And is it going to, there we go, it picked it up. Now this is a choice reward, and all of this stuff is really easy for me to get with the exception of the engineering circuits, but I really want the loot chests. You know, I just want to see something good come out of these. So, gelled slime, that was good like, I don't know, 4 weeks ago? Ooh, a modest hive and a tropical hive. So that is actually kind of a good thing. We could get a little bit more into forestry. But yeah, this stuff, we're just going to go ahead and throw it in here. I know that those are taking a slot each, but yeah, whatever. So we have our molecular assembler now. So now, how do we get this thing working? So we need a whole bunch more stuff to go along with this. So let's look up applied Energistics, and we have several things that we need to make here. So the first one is these crafting storage. So we need at least a 1K crafting storage, and the larger the craft is, the larger the storage needs to be. Now these can be piled together, but they form a multi-block. So however many of them you put together is how big it's going to be. So if we put 5 1K storage together, it's going to be 5K. So yeah, we just need to kind of figure out how big it needs to be. Now at the moment we need a lot of 1K, but these take crafting units and 1K storage components. So yeah, lots and lots of this stuff again. And the crafting unit takes a lot of calculation processors as well as a logic processor and some glass cable. So yes, lots and lots of stuff. To start out with, we are going to make 8 of these, and I believe we need to make a whole bunch of these still. So let's go ahead and make 8 of these as well, and then we can make our 1K storage. So there we go. We have 8 1K storage. And of course, each of the progressive ones up just uses a larger crafting component. And I am curious to see, no, we cannot break these back down. So yes, plan ahead, make sure that you actually need what you are going to make. Now the other thing is we are going to want to make at least a couple more molecular assemblers, and we'll make three more of those. So we have 4 total. Next up, we need something to interact with these molecular assemblers. So for that, we are going to need some ME interfaces. So these take formation and annihilation cores, glass, and iron. So let's see how many of these we can make. Let's see here. 4, I believe, should be enough. Now, each one of the interfaces needs a channel on the ME system, but each of the molecular assemblers does not. All that they need is power. So, yes, this will give us a nice little block, and we can utilize our crafting fairly well. So now let's go ahead and grab some cable, and we'll go ahead and see what we can get set up here. So let's go. We are actually going to need to make a controller to be able to do this down at the bottom of the base. So where on earth is the controller? Oh, come on. Why am I not seeing it? There it is. So yeah, let's go ahead and make up one of those, and let's go get a little bit of stuff done now. Crafting. We do have these 2 crafting monitors, so we will grab those, and I believe there is also something here. Conversion monitor, illuminated panel, storage monitor. I'm not sure what that is. So yeah, I don't know for sure. I don't remember everything that you can do with these, but let's go ahead and come down here, and we're going to set this up in here. Why not? So for now, I am just going to dig across the surface here. Oh, that was a painted glowstone. So let's go ahead and get that placed back in. I believe that was right there. And we will run our ME glass cable through here. And this should give us power and communication to our crafting units, as well as our whatever molecular assemblers and all of that good stuff. Now I am going to drop the controller right here. I don't know, looks like, okay, so it will power directly off of the Ender IO conduit, and now we have a channel that is communicating here with this guy. So now we can come in here and place in some of our crafting storage. So these will allow the system to store the items that are needed to do the crafting. And that is not where I wanted you. So I am going to put these in groups of 2 so that we have a little bit more. Now if I were to connect these 2 together like this, first off, it says this is invalid because you have to have a full set. You know, it has to be solid, and you can also go out to the side, but obviously we don't have enough there. Let's go ahead and just finish this out so that you can see it can be in all 3 directions, but we don't want this to be like that. I am going to leave one of them as a 4K, that one's going to be a 2K, and then over here, I think we're just going to place these 2 as 1K storage. So now those are set up all to be able to do various amounts of crafting. So next up, we need to set down our molecular assemblers and our ME interfaces in a certain pattern. So we need the interfaces touching as many assemblers as possible because they can utilize more than one. So now we just need to go through here and connect our cables all around this thing. So we'll go ahead and put these on those sides, and then we will dig underneath this and place the stuff underneath to connect from one side to the other. There we go. So now these are hooked up, but they still will not do anything because now we need to make some patterns. So let's head back up to, I think it's the 6th floor, and let's go ahead and make a few more things. So now we need a pattern encoder as well as some blank patterns. So the blank patterns, we need glowstone, Certus, quartz glass, and iron. Yes, lots and lots of iron is needed for what we do. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and then we need our pattern encoder. So let's take a look at pattern. Our pattern terminal. For this we need a crafting terminal and an engineering processor. Looks like we are minus the crafting terminal. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that, and there we go. So now this guy we will hook up here. So let's get this, and now we have the ability to place in our patterns and encode something. So let's say that we want to make a pattern for, and that is going to drive me insane. Let's say we want to make a pattern for iron ore. So we will go ahead and put 4 powdered iron ore in here and then encode the pattern. So now this is an encoded pattern for crafting iron ore. Now if we want to say iron ingots, so this we need to switch to let's see here, we have a crafting pattern we need to set to a processing pattern. So a processing pattern we would take, we're going to put as an output of an iron ingot, which we just want 1. So 1 iron ingot is going to come from, hello, what happened there? So we will say 1 iron dust will turn into 1 iron ingot, and we will encode this as well. And we are also going to make one more interface. So let's go ahead and make another one of these, and let's go around and do a little bit of stuff. So first we're going to come down to this floor, and we're actually going to break out all of the Ender IO stuff here. That is not what I wanted to have happen, but whatever. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of this stuff, because at this point I don't really want all of this. So let's see here. What did we have down here? Oh, did I break this? No. Thankfully, I did not. So our power system is still safe. I think no. Oh, dang it. Okay. So I think everything's still good there. What a mess. But so now what we are going to do, as soon as we get some of this all cleaned up, is we are going to replace a whole bunch of this stuff with applied Energistics things. So we have this alloy furnace. We are going to keep it on all smelting, and we are going to put its back side to push and pull. Okay, we are going to take an interface and place it right here behind that. And let's go ahead and remove just a bit more stuff. And now we need some power conduits. There we go. So now we still have power going into that, and now we just need some AE cables. So we'll grab a stack of these, and for now we're going to drop all of this stuff off inside of here. Okay, so we still have our patterns, which is what we need, and let's go down below. So now we will go along the back side here, and we have an Ender IO ME conduit running through here, so our glass cables from Applied Energistics can hook to those. And now we have our interface here. So what we're going to do is take our iron ingot pattern and place it in here. So if we go back up here, we should be able to now switch to craftable items. And let's go ahead and craft 100. Oh, we have no CPUs available. So let's get back down here. We're going to grab a couple of these. And I think I screwed up. I think I forgot to put in CPUs. So if we place these here, that's just the storage. So if we make 100 of these, so yeah, we need 324 bytes to make this. So let's go ahead and start this, and we will see that we have stuff flowing in rather rapidly into this alloy smelter, and it is coming back in. Now if we look at, we need a crafting monitor. So let's switch back over to stored. We'll grab one of these, and if we place this down here, we should know. Somehow we're supposed to be able to see how that is doing. Apparently it is not working. Oh, yeah, we can look in here. So this crafting status is already finished. We already made 100 iron ingots. Now the thing is, if we wanted to make more of these wonderful little things, we're eventually going to run out of dust. And so what we need there is a way to make dust. That's where this pattern comes in. So the system wonderfully understands that if you run out of dust, it needs to make dust. So we would have to set up a system like we have down here at the bottom to be able to do that. So we place our iron ore dust pattern in here. And now if we come over here and tell it to craft 1,000 iron ore dust, it will say that we are missing a lot of iron. The powdered iron, we're missing 3,000 of them. So let's go ahead and just make a couple hundred of these. And we can see it's going to try to make them. So now if we go over here and look, we can see this guy is currently crafting. We can put acceleration upgrades in these, which we definitely will. We can also put a pattern directly into the molecular assembler so that it is dedicated to that pattern. But if we look here, we can see as the amount of stored material slowly ticks down and the number of remaining items disappears. So that is working really nice. I do need to clean this up a little, make it a little bit better, and we need to set it up to where we can craft multiple items at the same time. So we currently have our iron ore dust. We need to get all of our ore dusts. We need to get all of our ore sands, all of the ore gravels, and then we need them to be properly processed after that. So there's a bunch of stuff to do here. So let me get some of that figured out. I will try to make this look a little nicer, and I will be back in a little bit. Well, this one kind of sucks. So apparently we are not producing enough canola. We have a great deal, plenty of canola seeds, but not enough just plain old-fashioned canola. And the problem is the seeds got destroyed because I was out doing some resource collection. If we take a look at the map here, let's go ahead and get to daylight. I was over here doing a whole bunch of work in the quarry area. And you can see I have exposed a huge amount of the ruin down below. There are also a couple of magnum torches or mega torches or whatever they are out there keeping mobs from spawning. There are no spawners, no loot chests, nothing in this ruin. So it's just kind of a resource area. But unfortunately, yeah, this I have to deal with. So I think the first thing to do, shut this down so that we don't lose all of our seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and toss these back in here. We got to get this system under control. So let's see, the next thing to do would be to shut this one down as well. And so now at this point, I got to figure out a way to get tons more canola. So I think the best way to do that is going to be to make more farms. But also, I kind of feel like we need to get a little bit better system here on how we put the canola seeds into the system. Right now, I have this analog crafter in here, and it just makes way too many seeds at times and not enough at others. And so that's kind of a problem. So I think we're going to need to set up a small applied energistic system here that will be able to export the items, the seeds, when they are needed, and if we don't have any seeds to export, then it'll make a few. So yeah, I think that's going to be the best thing to do. Also, that will get rid of some of these item conduits, because I'm still not entirely convinced that they are a good thing to have here, even though the system has gotten a lot better since I've cleaned up some of the stuff up in the main base. But yeah, I have a bunch of stuff to take care of here. Obviously, we need to get tons and tons of oil in here before we can even dream of doing anything. And I would be willing to bet if we pop up here, yes, our power bank is empty, and these guys are no longer, well, we have a little bit of crystallized oil coming through. Yeah, we have a bit of a problem. So it looks like all the rest of them still have empowered oil in them. So once we can get our empowered oil up and running, we should be okay. That is even worse yet, because that means that the system just started filling the tank over here. Why, I am not entirely sure, because it doesn't look like there's anything in this tank. Well, looks like I have a whole bunch of stuff to try to figure out what is going on here with this system. I'll probably end up just tearing it out and restarting. So I'm going to get some work done on that, and I will see you guys after a little bit. So I got done with the Sunday live stream here a little bit ago, and let me tell you, frustration was rampant in that live stream as I was struggling big time to get anything to work properly here. But I did finally get a wall. I did finally get this set up here. We now have an automatic atomic reconstructor and automatic empowering system here that is using applied energistics instead of running off of the Ender IO storage and chests and all of that stuff. So we have our applied energistic system, and we can see all of our canola, as well as a 64 of canola seeds, 11 crystallized canola seeds, and 149 empowered canola seeds. Now, I currently have the system set to keep at least 10 crystallized canola seeds, and we have down below, yes, we have an elevator here, to an access room. Now, I did do some cleanup and additional work after the live stream here, but down here we have our, I guess, maintenance area for all of the stuff that gets taken care of here. And so we have a quantum storage unit here that is holding our canola seeds. We have 1,800 seeds currently, but I've also set up a system here, and I just tested it a second ago, that will craft and export canola seeds if we run out. So that is a pretty big if, but if we run out of canola seeds, that will craft all of the items. We have a molecular assembler with an interface that has our canola seeds in it. I have one 1K crafting storage because we shouldn't ever need more than that. We're only going to be making one thing at a time. And then we have an export bus here with a redstone card and a crafting card, and it is set to export canola seeds when there is a signal. So that signal comes from this level emitter here, and it says when we have less than 10 canola seeds, turn the redstone on. So when it turns on, it tries to export stuff here. Now this is also set to craft only and not use stocked items. And then we have this guy here, an import bus to pull the items back out of the chest, put them back into the system, and they should go immediately into this quantum storage. Now the quantum storage is set with a high priority, so we have a 100 priority there. So seeds will try to go into the quantum storage before they try to go anywhere else. So that is perfect. So there's a few other little things here. We have a manual on-off lever here. If I flip this, the oil system will shut down and nothing will happen until I turn this back on. We also have this button right here, which is a manual reset, which will pick up the oil here in front. Now, for whatever reason, we are not running at the moment. I need to check that out because we are actually out of oil in here, but we still have some in the ender tank. So let me check here. I'll just break this out here. So we have nothing in the fluid collector. We have stuff where we need it there. Ooh, the fluid placer. Okay, so I know what the problem is. So let's go ahead and put this all back in here. So one thing that I did do was to change all of my tanks here to pressurized tanks, and that gives me more. Well, problem is that was not set to extract. So now we should be pulling out oil, and this thing should start running. So let's go upstairs and take a look. We can see the seeds are dropping, the oil is coming in. I like this quite clear glass from Ender.io for this because we can really see what's going on. So that is really nice. Now that will go until it gets a little bit of surplus oil in the fluid collector back there, and then it stops and waits. Now while that was running, we also kept our crystallized canola seeds up, and everything else is going real good. Now, we still do not have automation on the empowered canola seeds, and I will be adding those, but that's going to have to be in another place because we don't even have room for the empower in this room. Now, this room, I do kind of like the way that it looks. You know, we've got the light gray concrete floor. The ceiling kind of stinks, and I don't know for sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I could put some half slabs on the ceiling and kind of cover it up everywhere except where the conduits and everything are. I also lowered the floor by 1 block from what we had in the live stream because when I was up here at this level, it makes it kind of hard to get past all of the conduits. And also I just was running out of room. So yeah, I think we will probably go 1 more floor down underneath here and then put the empower in that section. And for now, we are keeping up with our canola production. Now, I have changed this to where, if I can get through here, to where this is now running off of a dimensional transceiver So that puts the items over here into this dimensional transceiver, and then we have this import bus that pulls the items in. So we can literally add as many farms as we need, and it will continue to add the items directly to the system. No problem whatsoever. Now, I can pretty much guarantee we are going to need to add additional canola presses and fermenting barrels. Obviously, our canola press can keep up with the 3 fermenting barrels, and so yeah, we'll just have to work on making sure that we can keep our oil filled up at the moment. But we are back to reasonably automated, empowered oil production, and that makes me really happy. So with that, I am going to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to give a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts about what I've been working on or anything that you would like to see, be sure to leave that down in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.